Hey, it's me, Tashawn. I'm not sure if I've said my name throughout these videos, but I'm Tashawn, just a lover of Christ. I'm a registered nurse and just love to share encouragement and encourage people to go after whatever God is calling them to do. I do 3 events per year as the Lord has called me to do them. And so I just want to talk about something today that had me thinking as I was in church yesterday and heard our pastor preach on what do we do when the miracle that we get is not the miracle that we expected. And he just went through the miracle of the cross, basically. But for me, I started thinking about it was amazing how he went through. I don't want to diminish the miracle of the cross and all the things that he said. One that stood out was how the crosses didn't shake when the earthquake came, how they stood and they remained even though the rocks split. But I wanted to talk about how in January, when the Lord called me back to do the events, I had to stop for a little while because of COVID. Nobody wanted to come out and all of this. And I knew that the Lord still had this call on my life. So the moment that I was able to start again, I started again. The thing is, I lead a prayer team uh, during the week, and I just started leading it in September. And so I asked that it be up under this prayer team and up under the church, realizing that I could hide and I didn't have to put myself out there, and it could be something that the church would do, and I didn't have to, you know, I'm not gonna say steward it, because whatever God gives you to do, you must steward it and steward it well. But if I leave, then the people behind me can continue on with the tradition, I guess. But they said no, we're not, going to be a part of it. You have to do this. If you want to do it. And so I knew that God still was calling me to do it. So in January, I ended up, well, the event was January 27th. So I went forward with making the plans and the arrangement, calling people and asking them, do you want to serve on this event and everything? Or do you want to share your testimony? All the things that I have to do to prepare and finding the venue and things like that. So I talked to our chef at the, as I was in the preparing stages, and he was good. He said, we could have the menu, it would be reasonable, everything was great. Then, as it was coming closer to it, I'm like, okay, I want to put my deposit down. And I had been reaching out to him via email, but he wasn't reaching back out to me. So I was wondering what was happening. And so I finally called up to the place to try to talk to him. And they were like, well, he quit, about a month ago or something like that. And I said, oh, that makes sense. Well, I'm supposed to be down to be booked for the January 27th event. Do you all have me down? And they were like, no. And the price difference, oh my gosh. He quoted me $75 an hour. They were like, no, it's $125 an hour. I was like, oh, how am I supposed to do that? And then the menu, we don't serve breakfast. It was supposed to be a brunch. We don't have breakfast. We don't have any of that. And I'm like, taking this back to God, I'm like, what am I supposed to do? Nothing's turning out the way it's supposed to turn out with this. This is going to be way more expensive than what I had thought. Tickets are not selling like I need them to in order to pay for the venue and the food. So what do I do? I said, all right, God, if you don't want this to happen, let me know. Lo and behold, as I'm contemplating this and, saying, all right, we're probably going to have to cancel, a lady registered. Her name was Emanuela. Little, when I seen her register, all I seen was Emmanuel. I had to go back and see that it was Emanuela. And Emmanuel means God is with us. And so I went forward and I'm like, all right, God, you're with us, you're with us. So I'm going to go ahead and continue this, scared as I was, knowing that I was going to probably, look like I was going to lose a lot of money. And then I'm, counting up the costs, getting closer and closer to it. And a friend reaches out to me and she says, hey, what you been doing? I haven't heard from you in a while. And I told her everything I was doing. And I knew that she had a business making soap. And so I was like, if you like to be a vendor, it's $50. You can come along and vend, and you can, sell all of your things, because she was saying she wanted to try to get rid of some of the things that she was selling. And so, in order for a person to be a vendor at our events, I have to make sure that they're exclusive. Like if there's one person selling soap, there's not going to be another. So it's pretty much by invite, and just to make sure that the person has their exclusive spot. But so what I did was I opened up the range for her to be able to sign in and get this spot, while I'm still like, God, it's just not enough. I don't know, what to do with this. And then she stopped reaching out to me, and I'm like, okay, so I don't even know what that was all about. Why did she even reach out to me? Why did she say that she wanted to do it if she was just going to disappear? And so after that, during that small window of time now, that small window of time, God, He is so amazing. Somebody registered, took the vendor spot. Her name was Trust God Sis. And I'm like, at this point, I'm like, oh my gosh, because I was so just like, I don't know what's going to happen. I know you want me to do this, God, but the finances, the people, all of that. Um, and even then, the event was beautiful. The Holy Spirit moved powerfully, but it left me paying out of my pocket $800. And I'm like, well, God, if you wanted me to do this and I'm supposed to be doing this, why, so much out of my pocket? But he made me realize you had it. And, this is because I work with cash. I don't do credit cards or nothing like that. And he was like, "What are you complaining for? You had it. Do you trust me? Do you trust me?" And so coming up to this next event, it's kind of hard because I'm like, I don't want to lose that type of money again. I don't want to be, in a place where I am, in that much deficit, having to pull out of our, personal account. But I think he allowed that to happen in order from just to see if I still trust him, and if I would still do what he's calling me to do outside of knowing how it's all going to work out, knowing the finances and everything. So I'm just saying this to say, it was a miracle. Right when I was doubting, he sent somebody by the name of Emanuela to register, which blessed my soul because it let me know that God was with us. And then as I'm doubting again and wondering where this person went that was supposed to come, right in that little window of time that I opened up the registration, which was like 2 or 3 days, a lady named Trust God Sis registered, and check her out. She has a phenomenal ministry. But just want to let you know. And then, still doubting because I'm like, that was a lot of money that, had to go out to that. Um, Still doubting, but still knowing that God is still calling me to do this thing. I just want y'all to know, stay in the fight, stay in the fire. He is refining us, He's taking us higher. No matter what He's calling you to do, it will all work out. I'm still, trusting Him. I still know that no matter what, money is not the end of it all. He can give us money at the blink of an eye. He can give us everything we need. He'll send the people right on time. So just be encouraged, and just keep running after and pursuing all that God has for you. I thank you for watching. I thank you for subscribing. And I thank you for supporting this channel. Don't forget to check out writethevision22.com or register for this next event at keepthefireburning.eventbrite.com. God bless.